Alrighty, hello everyone. Whoa, real bright. We are here at our Strong Encore studio. We are starting our 7 p.m. Vinyasa flow. We're gonna wait just a couple minutes so that more people can join. And then, we'll start the class. If you have blocks by chance at home, go ahead and grab a couple blocks. If not, don't even worry about it. If you wanna grab a blanket, a pillow, whatever you may want, go ahead and grab that. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well? I'm gonna see, just making sure y'all can hear. I don't know if I can see, actually, let me see. If I can see the thumbs up, no. All right, I got it, saw it. All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and start. So go ahead and make your way onto your mat into a cross-legged seated position, however is most comfortable for you. For those of you who are maybe newer to yoga, know that this is a practice for whatever you can do right now on your mat. One moment, let me check something real quick. All right, perfect. So like I was mentioning, come into a cross-legged seated position, however is most comfortable. If this isn't comfortable for you, maybe you sit on a block, maybe you sit on a pillow or a blanket, something to elevate you a little bit more. It sometimes helps to ease the intensity on the hips. So for tonight's class, we're focusing on simply just focusing. I know if you come to my classes regularly, I always ask you, what is it that you want to work on tonight? I'm not able to do that tonight because you're not here, but tonight we're gonna be focusing on flowing and moving the energy that's here, and we're gonna be opening up the hips as well. So all right, hands onto your knees, palms to face down. If you feel like you need some grounding right now, which I feel like a lot of us could use, or palms to face up if you felt really sluggish lately and need a little bit of motivation, some inspiration, palms to face up. All right, go ahead and lengthen through your spine. Close your eyes. And start to connect to your breath, just the natural rhythm of your inhale and your exhale through your nose. Allow yourself to let go of everything else that's going on in your life lately. Whatever's been happening with work, with relationships, with family, with this virus, with all the fear that is up. Start to let that go and focus solely on every inhale and exhale through your nose. Start to feel the ground underneath you supporting you in this moment. Feel the temperature of the room that you're in against your skin. Feel your clothes resting on your body. Your eyelids touching. Your jaw softening, your eyebrow center, let it relax. Let the shoulders drop a little more. Observe any sounds that you hear around you in this moment, whether through the video or through the space that you're in right now. Simply observe. Come back to your breath, flowing in and out through your nose. And let's start to deepen our breath. As you inhale, breathe into your belly, fill it up. As you exhale, empty out completely, draw your navel back towards your spine. Again, as you inhale, fill the belly up, let it grow. As you exhale, empty out, navel to spine. Keep going just like this on your own now. Deep breaths into the lowest part of your belly. you to bring a count to your breathing. Start to count the seconds of your inhale and match the seconds of your exhale. Make each one anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds long. Now stay with the counting. Anytime you see your mind go to a thought, I encourage you to drop the thought and pick the counting back up. Begin now. See if you can add one more second to your counting. Now, as you're staying connected to your deep breath, I invite you to set an intention for your practice tonight. What is it that you need right now on your mat? An intention that I love to offer you is an intention of love. Opening your heart to receive love. Opening yourself to give love. Maybe it's something else that you need. Maybe it's to quiet the mind. Maybe it's to relax. Maybe to find some stillness. Whatever your intention is, start to repeat it to yourself internally as if it's already happening in this very moment for you. Stay connected to your breath. Deep inhales and deep exhales. Now bring your hands to your heart center in prayer posture. Bow your head down to lock your intention in a little more. Keep your hands together, and as you inhale, bring your head back up to neutral. Reach your arms towards the sky. Open the palms up. Exhale, bring the hands back down onto your knees. Release your intention out. And we'll start our gentle warm-up. As you inhale, start to circle your nose up towards the sky. And as you exhale, circle down towards the earth. Keep going just like that. Inhale, you circle up. Exhale, circle down. One more, going this direction. As you inhale, start to circle the opposite way. One more round, stay with the breath. On your inhale, bring your head back up to neutral. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take your right hand, place it on the left side of your head, putting gentle pressure, opening up to the left side of the neck. And then if you want to take it a little further, take your left arm, reach it around back, wrapping around the back, reaching towards the right hip. Deep breath. One more here, breathe into the belly. Inhale, release, bring the head back up to center. Exhale, drop your left ear towards the left shoulder. Left hand comes to the right side of your head, putting gentle pressure. Again, if you want to take it a little further, right arm, take it around your back, reaching towards the left hip. Stay with your breath. Inhale, release. Bring your head back up to neutral. Exhale, hands on either side of your body, connecting to the ground. As you inhale, lift your arms up, look towards your thumbs. Keep your core active. Exhale, release your arms back down by your side. Keep your shoulders away from the ears as much as possible. Inhale, lift your arms up. Lengthen through the spine, lift out of the hips. Exhale, arms back down. Keep that lengthening in your body right now. Last one, inhale, arms reach up and lengthen. As you exhale, bring your arms out into a T. Inhale, cross your arms, one on top of the other. Doesn't matter which one's first. Exhale, bring your forearms to touch. Maybe even wrap your fingertips to your palm. As you inhale, lift your elbows up and reach them forward. As you exhale, round your spine, drop your elbows towards your navel. Again, inhale, lift the elbows up and reach them forward. Exhale, round. Take one more on your own. Now inhale back up to neutral. Exhale, release the hands, bring your arms back out into a T. Inhale, cross the other arm on top now. Exhale, forearms to touch, maybe even fingertips to your palms. Inhale, lift the elbows up and reach them forward. And exhale, round the spine, elbows to your navel, and tuck the chin into your chest. Again, keep going on your own. Follow your breath pace. One more, go a little deeper here. Inhale back up to neutral. Exhale, bring your hands back down onto your knees. If you're sitting on something, go ahead and remove it out from underneath you. Place it to the side. We're going to open up the hips just a little while we're here. Hands onto your knees. And as you inhale, start to circle forward towards one knee and then the other. As you exhale, circle back. Again, inhale, you circle forward. Exhale back. One more in this direction. Stay in the movement as it's happening. On your next inhale, circle the opposite direction. One more round. Stay with me. Come back up to neutral. From here, we'll transition to 4 points. Tabletop. Place your hands underneath the shoulders. Bring your knees underneath the hips. We have 5 rounds of traditional cat-cow. As you inhale, start to lower the belly down. Open your heart forward and look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine and gently tuck your tailbone and chin. Again, inhale, cow. Shoulder blades melt down the back. Open your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Keep going. 2 more just like this on your own. Soften the face. Relax your jaw. One more. As you inhale, come back to a neutral spine. We're going to take a variation of cat-cow now. So as you inhale, start to shoot your ribs out towards the right and round your spine over towards the left. Exhale, shoot the ribs to the left and arch your back. So you're making circles. Inhale to the right and round your spine. Exhale to the left and arch your back. Give me one more this direction. On your inhale, switch other way. 2 more. Last one. Make it a little bigger of a circle. And come back to a neutral spine. Keep your hips up in the air, coming into a puppy pose Walk your hands out in front of you. Go ahead and drop your forehead and heart down onto the mat. Bring your hands together in prayer posture. Lift them up above the back of your head. Keep breathing deep here. Keep following your breaths. I'm going to check on something. See if you can walk your elbows forward about another centimeter or so, leaving your hips exactly where they are. Don't shift the hips, just the elbows walking forward. One last big breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands back down onto the earth. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, coming into your tabletop. Tuck your knees under, lift the knees up 2 inches off the mat, floating tabletop. Starting to activate the core a little more. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Imagine you're holding towels underneath your underarms that you're squeezing in. Activate your lats. Stay with the breath. Lift your knees another 2 inches. And lift your hips up, downward facing dog. We're gonna pedal our feet out here, bending one knee and then the other. Shake your head, yes. And shake your head, no. And as always, we're gonna tap into the core a little by coming forward into a high plank. Now y'all get to see me do the whole class with you. For those of you who come to my class, you know I like to walk around sometimes. Not today so much. Keep breathing here. Hug your hips into the midline. Draw your navel to your spine. Keep reaching your heart forward. Lengthen through your neck. We have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Hips into the air. Pedal your feet out here, bending one knee and then the other. Stay with the breath. Everyone, bring a bend into your knees. As you inhale, I want you to start to wave the body forward into a high plank. As you exhale, wave the body back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, inhale. You spring forward into your high plank. Exhale, wave it back, downward facing dog. Take another 2 rounds on your own. Navel to spine the whole time. Last one. I lied. Last 1.5. We're going to come back forward. High plank. We're holding here one last time. If this gets to be a little bit too much for you at any point, drop your knees down onto the mat. That's perfectly fine. If your wrists start to give you troubles, come down onto the forearms. Again, hug the hips. Pubic bone is reaching up towards your nose. We have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the arms out. Downward facing dog. We're here. Pedal the feet out one last time. Now inhale your right leg up, bend your knee, and stack your hip. Take your gaze underneath your right underarm. Reach your right heel towards the back of your head. Keep reaching. Don't let one arm collapse. Start to make circles with that right knee. If this is a little too intense for you, drop that left knee down onto the mat. That's perfectly fine. Circle the opposite direction. We have 2 rounds. Now inhale, straighten that right leg up. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop it down. Keep that back knee up if you can. If not, drop it down onto the mat. Walk your hands forward as far as your body will allow. We're going to take some breaths here, deep into the belly. If your back knee is lifted, go ahead and floss your hips, just like my lovely assistant over here. Keep breathing. If your you're flossing your hips, go ahead and stop. Drop the back knee down onto the earth. Separate your hands even more past the edges of your mat. We're here. On your next exhale, bend the elbows, lower your heart down as if you're going into a push-up. Inhale, straighten the arms out. If it's too much, don't do it. Stay where you are. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower. Inhale, you straighten. 2 more. Last one, you got this. Now straighten the arms out. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Left hand stays down. Right arm reaches up. We twist. Now, option to stay here if this is already enough for you. If you want to take it a little further though, bend the left knee, reach your right hand back for your ankle or your foot. Keep opening your heart up towards the sky. To go even further, you can push your back foot into your hand. That's really going to go tap into your quad and your hip flexor. Keep breathing. We have 2 more breaths here. Last one, into the belly. And release. Bring your right hand back down onto the earth. Gently come back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment just to pedal the feet out a couple of times. Stay connected to the breath. We have the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Gaze goes underneath that left underarm. Reach the left heel towards the back of your head as much as possible. And then start to circle that left knee. And again, if you need to, drop your right knee down onto the mat, maybe even the right forearm. You circle here. Other direction. Core stays engaged. Now inhale, left leg straight up, close the hip off. Exhale, step the foot forward, left foot to the outside of your left hand. Option to drop the back knee or keep it up. Walk your hands as far forward as your body will allow. If your knee is still in the air, go ahead and start to floss your hips. Again, just like Miguel. Stay connected to your deep breath. Wherever you're feeling tension here, breathe into it. Imagine with every inhale, you're sending breath into that tension, giving it some love. With every exhale, gently releasing it, not forcing it out. That's not what it needs. If your back knee's lifted, go ahead and drop it onto the mat. Separate your hands out past the edges of your mat. We're going back into our modified push-ups. As you exhale, bend the elbows, lower your heart down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend and sink. Inhale, straighten. You have 2 more on your own. You got this. Last one. Straighten the arms out. Walk your hands back to be underneath your shoulders. Right hand stays down. Left arm reaches up. Twist. Left hip is shooting back. If you see that your left hip is shooting out towards the side, reach it back behind you. If you want to take it a little further from here, you can bend the right knee, reach back with your left hand for your foot or your ankle. Keep opening your heart up towards the sky. Soften the face. You're not using the face here. Big breaths. Last one. And release. Left hand comes back down onto the earth. Step it into downward facing dog. Nice and easy, start to walk your feet forward towards the top of your mat. We'll stay folded over once we're here. Let your head hang heavy. Most important, drop the head, let it hang. Interlace your fingers, place them on the back of your head. Maybe you find a rock from side to side. Keep your feet active, pressing them down firmly into the mat. Stay with the breath. Release your hands down towards your feet. Bring your weight towards your toes. Notice though that my heels stay down. They don't lift, but weight is in the toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, fold forward. Keep your core engaged. Again, inhale, half lift. Open the heart a little more here. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, half lift. Offer something up from your heart tonight. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We flow through our sun A's. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Weight is in the toes. Exhale, Chaturanga, step or hop it back. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog, heart shines. Exhale, Down Dog, hips up into the air. Stay here just a couple breaths. Stay active through the back chain of your body. Keep pushing into your hands, reaching your sit bones up towards the sky. Keep dropping your heels down towards the earth. Keep hugging the ribs in to keep the core engaged. On your inhale, slightly bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift, weight is in the toes again. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Give me a small back bend at the top. We're gonna keep it flowing. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, shine your heart. Exhale, step or hop it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog, shine your heart. Exhale, Down Dog, hips up. Let's keep it moving to build the heat. Inhale, slightly bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Give me another small back bend. We continue on. Exhale, fold forward. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to sweat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. We have one more, you all. Inhale, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Back bend at the top, last one. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or float it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog, heart shines. Exhale, Down Dog, hips up into the air. We stay here for just a few breaths. All right, now we're gonna have some fun with some hopping now. So from here, I want you to hop into a yogic squat. Watch me first. So you're gonna inhale, lift the heels, start to bend the knees, look between your thumbs, and as you exhale, you spring forward, and your feet land on the outside of your hands. I know some of you may be thinking that I am crazy right now. Listen, if hopping is not in it for you tonight, don't hop, just step it forward. So let me show you what that would look like. Again, you inhale, bend the knees. As you exhale, you step one foot and then the other, come into your yogic squat. We're gonna do 5 of these, 5 hops, starting now. So again, if you're hopping, you inhale, lift the heels, look between the thumbs, bend the knees. Exhale, float it forward, yogic squat. Then you step it back. There's no need to hop it back unless you really want to. And you keep going. And when you're hopping, think hips going up, not necessarily coming forward. Keep going. Once you're done with your 5th one, we'll meet at the top of our mat in our yogic squat. You should be about done. We'll meet here and take some breaths. Your heartbeat is probably up right now. You can rock a little side to side. Miguel has one more. There you go. Big breaths. And for those of you who don't know, this is my lovely husband as well. All right, we're from the yogic squat. We come up to an active squat, everyone's favorite. So you're here. Now I'm not watching you, so be honest with yourself. I don't want you here just hanging out, not engaging the legs. I want you here. I went running earlier, so this burns for me too, but I'm sticking through it with y'all. We're drawing the navel in, we're lifting the heart up, shoulders are dropping. I know, weight is in the heels, so you're activating your glutes. If you're sweating, take your shirt, wipe it off, keep breathing. You have another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, hands to your heart center. Oh goodness. Inhale, arms up, give me a back bend, keep the palms touching. Exhale, active squat. We're just going through, passing through. Inhale, hands to the earth, underneath the shoulders. Exhale, step or hop it back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. We're gonna keep going through it now. Inhale, lift the heels, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, yogic squat. Inhale, active squat, just here for the inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to your heart center, keep the palms touching. Inhale, arms come up and back, give me a back bend. Exhale, active squats. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, step or float it back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more. Inhale, slightly bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, yogic squat. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to your heart center. Inhale, arms rise, back bend. Exhale, active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, step or hop it back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Stay here now for some breaths. Woo. Keep breathing deep breaths into your belly. Soften the eyebrow center, relax your jaw. Moving on, inhale, right leg lifts up into the air. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Option to stay here if you have it in your practice. Flip it over into your wild thing. Reaching your right arm out in front. Big breaths into the belly. One more big breath here. Start to bring your right hand back, flip it over, downward facing dog. We're staying with the right side now. Inhale, right leg back up. Exhale, knee to your nose, crunch it in. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to your right tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, up, just for fun. We're coming back to the right tricep, lift it a little higher. Take it down to the right elbow, down to the right wrist. You got it. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through, warrior two. Rise up, and you open the body to face the side. Arms are out into a T. Ideally, front heel is in line with back heel or back arch. If that's not the case for you tonight, if you don't feel balanced there, don't worry about it. Bend into your front knee, reach through your fingertips. As you can see, it's a little warm in here. Bend a little deeper. Stay with your breath. Extended side angle, right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm reaches out in front of you. You're making a straight line all the way from the pinky edge of your left foot, all the way through your fingertips. Now, if you have a variation, feel free to take it. You can take your right hand down onto the mat. Maybe you even bind, taking your right arm underneath the right leg. Left arm wraps around back. You hook your fingers. Now you know, if you're taking a bind, I'm going to invite you to come into a bird of paradise. So your left foot will step forward. You're balancing on that left leg. You lift your right leg up into the air. You're here. Once you're standing tall, maybe you play with straightening that right leg up. We breathe here, 2 more breaths. Last one. And release. Everyone come all the way back up into your warrior 2. Straighten your front leg out for triangle pose. You may need to close that back foot forward just a few inches or so. Left hip reaches back. Right hand reaches forward and down. You can grab onto your shin, your ankle, maybe even the mat. If you have a block, which this is my favorite option, put the block on the outside of your front leg. Reach that left arm up. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge here, you can bend that front knee just a little bit so you can take a bind again. Right arm underneath that right leg, left arm around back. Then you come into a bound triangle pose. Straighten that right leg out again. Keep opening your heart towards the sky. 3 more big breaths here. You got it. Stay with it. Don't give up. Whenever you feel like quitting, that's when your practice begins. That's when you push yourself past your current limits. 1 more big breath here. Now, wherever you are, go ahead and release. Bring both hands to frame the front foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. We're gonna skip that vinyasa. We meet here, take a couple breaths. Last big breath here. We have the other side. Inhale, left leg up, bend your knees, stack your hip. Gaze goes underneath the left underarm. Now flip it over, wild thing. Big breaths. Something I didn't offer last time, but you can always take it if it's in your practice. You can transition into wheel from your wild thing. 1 more breath wherever you're at. If you're in your wheel, go ahead and come down. If you are in your wheel, we'll meet back in a downward facing dog. Everyone flip it back over. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to the right tricep. Last one, up. Exhale, knee back to the left tricep, lift it a little higher. Back to the elbow, or down to the elbow, down to the wrist. Inhale, up. Exhale, step it through, warrior 2. Re-rise. Woo. I am sweating up in here, y'all. Warrior 2, arms out into a T, bend the front knee. Reach through your fingertips, shoulders are soft. Find a focal point, your drishti. Follow the breath. Go a little deeper, bending into the front knee. And look down at your front foot. Make sure you can see your big toe. If your knee is blocking it, adjust the knee accordingly. Breathe here. Extended side angle, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaches forward. Lengthen through that right side. And again, option to take any variation you would like. You can bring your left hand down onto the mat, or maybe you bind here. Again, if you're gonna take your bind, we'll stay here just a couple breaths first. And if you're in your bind, step your right foot all the way towards the top of the mat. You're gonna start to rise all the way up. Usually we're not that balanced. This is not my stronger leg. And that's okay, that's why we work at this, that's why we practice. Keep breathing. 2 more big breaths. If you're in your bird of paradise, start to come back down, left foot onto the mat. Everyone rise up into your warrior 2 and into a triangle pose. Left leg straightens, right foot maybe comes forward a few inches or so. Right hip back, left hand forward and down onto your shin, your ankle, maybe the earth. If you have a block, maybe the block. And again, just like the other side, if you feel like you want to take it further, you can bend into that front knee, take a bind, and straighten that front leg back out, so you're in a bound triangle pose. We have 2 more big breaths here into the belly. and release. Bring your hands down onto the earth. Everyone take a child's pose. Knees out towards the edges of your mat, big toes to touch, and sit bones back towards your heels. If a child's pose is just not comfortable for you, I know sometimes it can get claustrophobic for some people, take a hero's pose. Sit onto your heels. We'll take a few breaths here. One more big breath. You're doing great, y'all. Now, wherever you are, go ahead and meet me in our hero's pose. So you're untucking the toes and sitting onto your heels. If you're in your child's pose, simply bring the knees together, walk your hands back, and we meet here. Take your hands behind you, tent the fingertips onto the mat. We're gonna open up through the quads and our hip flexors while we're here. Inhale big, and as you exhale, start to lift the hips up. Now you go as deep as you can. If you lift the hips just an inch or two, that's great. If you lift them higher, perfect as well. Keep opening through the front line of your body, big breaths. You have one more breath here. As you exhale, slowly start to come all the way back down. Into your hero's pose, we take one breath here to reset. We have a second round of that. So hands behind you. You can tent the fingers or bring the palms onto the mat. You can even use blocks here if you need the ground to be a little closer to you. And lift the hips up. Open the front line. Lift the heart up towards the sky. Big breaths into your belly. Last big breath here. Lift a little higher. And release all the way down. Come to a seated position on your mat however you need to. And straighten your legs out in front of you so you're sitting flat on the earth. Take a little break if you need to wipe off, take some water. I'm drenched if you can't see. We don't have the AC on, so that's why, because it's a little too loud. All right, from here, we're gonna go into a double pigeon. So this one is gonna be focusing on your hips. There's gonna be a couple variations, so listen closely while we're here. Take your feet out first, everyone. Feet out towards the edges of your mat. We're gonna start by taking your right heel and placing it underneath your left knee. So I don't want the heel to come up towards your thigh. I don't want it at the calf muscle, but the heel is right underneath your knee. Then from here, this is where you have a couple options. First option is you can take your left heel and place it directly on top of your right knee. Now I don't want it to the calf muscle. I don't want it to the thigh, but directly on top of the knee. And you're flexing your feet here so we don't compromise the knees. And it's okay if there's some space just like this. If this is just too much for you, take a block, a blanket, a pillow, or nothing, it doesn't matter. You place it in front of your right knee, shift your left heel to that. Just like Miguel here, he's showing you the variation. All right, so get situated whichever one you're going with. Adjust your sit bones so they're evenly on the mat. Everyone inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands out in front of you. We're gonna stay here for a good amount of time. Breathing into that left hip. Big breaths. Keep reaching your heart center forward. Lengthening through your spine so you have more of a flat back versus a rounded spine. Again, soften the face, relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. Center, stay with the breath. Every inhale and every exhale. This is a perfect time to practice breathing into the tension. I know a lot of us hold some tension in the hips. Not everyone, but a lot of us do. So breathe into it while you're here. Give it that love. Don't try to force it out. That's not what it needs. It just needs some love. Start to walk your hands out a little bit more in front of you. Going a little deeper. Keep reaching your heart forward. You have 5 5 more big breaths here. If you can, stay with me. You got this. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk your hands back. And gently release your legs back forward. Take your time, don't rush it. When we're going this deep, there's no need to rush. Shake your legs out. Maybe pat them up if you need to. I know that one can feel intense, but it's beautiful for the body. We have the other side. First, bring your feet out towards the edges of your mat. We'll start by bringing our left heel directly underneath the right knee. Again, it's directly underneath the knee, not the calf muscle, not the thigh. From here, right heel comes either on top of your left knee, or the other option, a block in front of the knee, and place your heel on the block. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You do what you need for your body tonight. Adjust the sit bones. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Now, something I didn't mention on the other side, maybe you felt it, maybe you didn't. There's no right or wrong thing to feel. But sometimes when we dig into our hips, it starts to release emotions. That's where we tend to hold a lot of our emotions. So if anything is to ever come up for you while you're in a hip opener, just release it. Breathe through it and allow it to pass, because it'll pass. Whatever you resist, though, will persist. So let it out. Keep breathing here. Lengthen through the spine a little bit more, reaching your heart forward. Not so much of a rounded back. And you may notice that this side is different, or it may not be. But simply observe. I want you to get more acquainted with your body. Big breaths. Walk your hands forward a little bit more. Keep your feet flexed here. Keep breathing into the lowest place of your belly. 5 more big breaths. You got this. Breaths, go a little deeper. Stay with me. Last big breath here. Start to slowly walk your hands back. And again, take your time coming out of this. I know it can feel intense. I feel it that way. Legs straight out in front of you. Shake the legs out. Rock them from side to side. Heading onto our backs now. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms out in front of you with control. Start to lower all the way back onto your mat. Take your time, draw your navel in, keep your heart lifted up. Soft face. Once you're flat on your back, hug your knees in to your chest. Start to rock from side to side. Starting to cool down even more. Keep breathing. your arms out into a T. Drop your knees to the right. We're twisting here. Left shoulder stays down on the mat. Breathe into your hips, into the belly. On your next inhale, lift your knees back up to center. We switch, drop the knees over to your left. Right shoulder stays grounded as much as possible. You have 3 more big breaths here. One last time, draw your forehead up to meet your knees, squeeze everything in, and release. Shavasana, your final resting pose. Flatten out onto the mats, however is most comfortable for you. If you need a pillow, if you need a blanket, by all means use that right now. Start to let go of any control of your breath. Release any activation in your physical body. Let everything soften. Let the ground do all the work right now. And in this moment, allow yourself to simply rest. Introduce a deeper breath into your body. In your own time, bring small movements back into your fingers and into your toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. And give yourself a good morning stretch. Reach the arms up and over your head as you point your toes out in front of you. Slowly make your way onto one side into a fetal position on your mat. And while you're here, I want you to physically or energetically give yourself a hug. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up on your mat. Thank your body for supporting you tonight on your mat and every day. Give yourself some love. Thank yourself for being exactly who you are right now in this moment, not who you think you should be, not who you were, but who you are right now. Give yourself some love. And as you're ready, start to press your way up into a seated meditation pose, facing whatever device you are on, and we'll meet with our eyes closed and hands at heart center in prayer posture. We'll seal off tonight's practice with one clearing breath, followed by an Om. Everyone inhale deeply, open the mouth, exhale it out. Inhale for Om. Thank you all for giving yourselves the gift of yoga tonight. From my heart to yours, namaste. All right, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I love you all so much. Stay tuned, we will be having some more live videos. I'm even in the process of maybe even working on some pre-recorded videos, so keep a lookout on Instagram and Facebook. Also, if anyone's interested in the playlist that we had tonight, I have it on Spotify under QMY Master Playlist, I believe is the name of it. What is it?
Share the link.
Oh, I will share the link in the comment section of this video. I love you all very much. Remember, feed the love, not the fear, and have a great night. Bye.
#QuietMindYoga.